Good afternoon and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Jamie Stinkolk. This is my very first video that I will be attaching to my blog. Today you'll be making with me green chili chicken enchiladas. They're quick, easy, and very delicious. As we go along, I'll tell you a little bit about my story and why I started this blog in between instructions, so why don't we get started? And by the way, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the sauce for the enchiladas because we want it to be done and ready to put over the enchiladas once they've been put together. I want to make note here there are only 7 ingredients to this recipe. It is so easy, you won't believe it. The only prepping I've done is to take the lids off of the cans and to grate the cheese in my KitchenAid over here. And I've warmed the tortillas. So it took about 10 minutes and we're gonna spend another 10 minutes together and then voila, we'll have dinner. Okay, so we need about 8 ounces of sour cream and 2 to 3 cans of cream of chicken soup. If all you have is 2 works. I like a lot of sauce, so I'm gonna add a little bit extra today. My in-laws are coming over for dinner tonight, so we want to, of course, wow them. One more. So we've got 3 cans of cream of chicken soup, 8 ounces of sour cream, and we're going to add anywhere from 2 to 3 cans of diced green chilies. I think I'm just going to add 2 cans to this, and today we're going to change it up, and I'm going to throw another can into the mix. Okay, so we're going to turn our oven on here. Actually, it's our stovetop, and get this heating up slowly. And then we're going to start on the enchilada filling. I'm going to throw these in the recycle bin over here. Now, what we have in here is about 4 cups of pepper jack cheese, grated. We are going to add 3 cans of, I don't know what it's called here. It looks like tuna cans, but it's chicken. I have a couple dark meats and a white meat, whatever's on sale. And then we're going to cut up an onion. So, little story, my sister Linda was watching me cook, and I was demolishing a tomato. So, after laughing at me, she decided to show me how to cut up a tomato. And she taught me how to cut up an onion. I bet she doesn't remember that, but I'll never forget. I am the last of 7 children, so there were plenty of people to make fun of me. All right. So first I cut the ends off, then I peel this stuff off, then I slice it, and then I dice it, right? So it's probably not the most proper way to cut an onion. I have not had cooking lessons, but at 52, neither have I cut a finger off, so we're golden. The reason I started this blog was because there are a lot of people in our country that just go out to eat. Something like, it's a pretty high percentage. A lot of less cooking going on, and a lot of young people don't know how to cook, or they don't have a lot of money, and people don't have a lot of time. We've gotten very busy. And I was a single mom and raised 2 boys. And I wanted them to have a nice home, and I wanted them to have home-cooked meals. What that turned into is my 2 boys and every other kid on the block, down the block, or from school, showing up at dinner time at our house. So it was a real challenge to figure out what was more important, time or money, trying to keep it inexpensive and trying to make it fast. So, okay. We've got chicken, cheese, and onions in here. We're going to mix it all up. Got a nice, beautiful filling. I'm going to throw a little bit of diced green chilies. I don't always do this, but I do it sometimes. Kind of nice. Gives a little more flavor. You could add jalapenos. You could add, I don't know, cumin or chili, whatever it is that you want. But we're going to keep it simple. Like I said, we got the in-laws coming over, and we want to keep this simple and easy. All right. Got our dish. I'm going to throw just a little bit of the sauce that's not quite ready into the bottom, because that way the tortillas won't stick. And I think it's just a little better than using grease or spray. I'm going to turn this up, get a little more heat going, and now we're going to make the enchiladas. You can do this with corn tortillas or flour tortillas. I like flour because they're softer, and all you have to do is heat them up in the oven. The corn, you're going to have to flip in a pan on the stove, so we just do it this way. You stuff them, you roll them, and you throw them in the pan. So anyway, I have fed a lot of people in my time. This is a great recipe when you've got a big company coming. I've actually made this and taken it down under the bridge to feed people, much to my husband's dismay. It was a good lesson to teach my boys that not everybody has food and shelter, and something I'll never forget. They probably won't either. You have somebody, got to take it to a funeral, you got someone who's sick. This is a really fun one to make. It's easy. Everybody likes it. As long as you don't make it too hot or throw in a bunch of jalapenos, you can pretty much please everybody with this. All right, so we are so close. Now, I don't have another pan, but this would make 2 panfuls because I made a set already so that you can see what it looks like when it's done. This will easily feed, depends on how hungry your household is, but 6 to 8 people. I'm just going to keep stuffing it in here. One more will do. My nose is a little stuffy because of the onions. So if you hear me sniffing, that's why. Alrighty. Beautiful. Okay. So now, wipe my hands off. We're going to pour the sauce. Right over the top. All right, spread it around. Make a mess. My husband would probably tell you I'm one of the messiest cooks he's ever encountered. He doesn't understand why I end up with spaghetti sauce on the ceiling or milk on the cupboards, but I do. But when I sit the food down in front of him, he doesn't complain. Call me old-fashioned, but I do love cooking for my husband. And I love cooking for my children as well. You can ask my kids and any of their friends. All right, I'm going to step aside and wash my hands really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have put the enchiladas together. What you're going to want to do is preheat the oven at about 375. These will cook in there for 25-30 minutes, and then you'll pull it back out and you'll sprinkle it with cheese. You'll put it in for about 10 more minutes and you're golden. So let me show you what this looks like when it's all done. Can you see that? I'm wondering if you can smell it because this is good stuff. This will definitely please the guests. You can serve it with some rice or beans. Very easy to make. You can make it ahead of time, like a day ahead of time, throw it in the fridge and then cook it in the last minute. So if you are interested in more fast, delicious recipes, please visit my website at www.conquercooking.blog. I would love to hear what you think. Please make it and send your comments along. Thank you for joining me again today. Remember your apron before you cook, and I will see you next time.